Uganda win the ball back and just resetting, starting it off at a 16. However, that Zambian press is proving to be a challenge for Uganda at the early stages of the third chaka, as we see that Zambia not letting go yet again, dispossessing and winning the ball back, as we see Ms. Mutambo Mercy just play it to her fellow forward.
Well
However,
defended
losing,
there by Uganda.
well defended by Uganda's captain, Ms. Jolly Alimo. Umpire just warning the number 2 of Zambia, Miss Makolota Natasha. But Zambia not holding back, trying as quick as possible to get that ball in. Uganda's captain now leading the attack. Uganda just getting themselves out of that constant pressure from the Zambian attack, giving themselves an opportunity to restructure, reset, and build up play from the back as they play it out wide to number 6, Miss Babia Juliet.
Uganda quickly restarting the ball again.
Wicked hit from the number 6 of Uganda, Miss Babia Juliet. However, they turn the ball over to Zambia, and now Zambia can just quickly recycle the ball around. And now they try to run the line. Brilliant skills being shown from the Zambians. However, Ugandan captain not having it, as she makes sure she litigates the Zambian attack to a minimal. As we see the umpire just tell the Ugandan player number 2, Miss Nwandi Winnie, just where to start off the ball. However, as you can see, Zambia quickly pressing her as the ball is played inwards towards the number 7, Miss Atima Anita. However, umpire just telling her to take it back to where the foul happened. Oh, however, umpire blows in favor of Zambia as she did not travel 5 meters before she entered the D.
Zambia now has an opportunity for them to set up properly and, get their players into those pockets where they need to be. Unfortunately, it's a turnover for Zambia, beautifully intercepted there. Still in the Ugandan favor. Turnover there, intercepted by Zambia.
What a play from Zambia, however, quickly intercepted by the Ugandan defense. But now Zambia on the counter. As we see Uganda's captain now lead the run. Uganda now on the counter. However, some brilliant skills from the number 9 to quickly intercept that ball. As the ball is won by Zambia's Malokoto Natasha, as she makes a dashing run into the circle, plays it out wide. Brilliant save by the goalkeeper.
Beautiful slap there by the defender also.
Brilliant clearance by Uganda. However, Zambia still there. Oh, and the ball is still in play. However, the Zambian attack just falls short of a goal. Uganda's defense proving to be very well set as they win the ball back, not allowing Zambia to get a goal scoring opportunity, and just quickly play it out wide. As we see the Zambian goalkeeper just clear the ball for safety reasons, not trying to risk any opportunities for Uganda to get the ball, so her team can just quickly restructure. Some brilliant skills shown from the number 8 of Uganda, Miss Hilda. However, they play the ball out wide, and it is a 16 in favor of Zambia. So far, both teams favoring. It's a back and forth in terms of pressing, but Uganda still leads the game. Zambia does need to score at least 3 goals for them to have a shot at qualifying for the 4th position spot. But the Ugandan defense proving otherwise, as they are really set on keeping the scoreline as is. As we see another ball intercepted by the Ugandan defense. As the number 16 of Uganda, Miss Nakato Janet, just wins the ball back and quickly sets up. However, she still gets an opportunity to have the ball as the Zambian player was not 5 meters away. Umpire just warning her to keep 5 away from the ball. Uganda now just recycling the ball, setting up their structure, making the ball do the work. Zambians now have to press for the ball. As we see the captain, Miss Jolia Lima, just try to make a run. However, as we see the first card of the day blown, as the umpire shows a green card to Zambian player. We'll just get confirmation on which player that was. At the moment, Zambia now have to continue for the next 2 minutes with a 9-man attacking team. Uganda utilizing this opportunity to get a quick press, trying to win the ball. We're just winning the foul just outside the D. Uganda using this opportunity to get a quick press, quickly played in, but however, the ball was played dangerously by the number 6 of Uganda, Ms. Babire Juliet. Zambia now having an opportunity to get a quick counter. As she plays it onto the feet of Ugandan, she gets the ball right back for her team. Even with a man down, you can see these Zambian women are not giving up, as they are still full throttle, still pushing forward, still trying to get the goals.
Yeah.
As we see the Zambian women win themselves a long corner. Umpire just telling her to place the ball where it went out. Umpire just telling her to place the ball where it went out. And the Ugandan defense proves yet weary for the Zambian attack. As you see, they win the ball back in their favor and just setting up their 16. Umpire just telling her to play the ball back as to where the 16 should be taken. But the Zambian attack quickly intercepts and on the press again. Some brilliant skill being shown by the number 2 of Zambia, Miss Malota Natasha. Umpire just blowing dangerous there by the Ugandan, and it's now in Zambia's favor. Will Zambia capitalize from this opportunity? We see the umpire just blows against Zambia as she did not travel 5 before she entered the circle. Umpire just blowing in favor of Uganda for the first foul that was committed just here at the back. As we can see, this Zambia team is really eager to get a goal, really high pressing. However, Uganda not giving them the chance. Brilliant skill being shown by the number 11 of Zambia, Ms. Mutambo Mercy, as she wins
a short
corner for her team. As we said, that Zambian press is very strong. Will Zambia now, with the first penalty corner of the third chaka, will Zambia utilize this opportunity to get a goal?
Yeah, hopefully we'll see some variation and we'll see some
different tactics utilized now. Or will the Ugandan defense prove otherwise? We shall see. We are live at the Devon Trusco hockey field in Windhoek, Namibia. Zambia just plays it out wide, takes a quick shot, however deflected out by the Ugandan player onto the Zambian stick, and it is played out as a 16.
Beautiful defense there by the Ugandan players. Really well anticipated. They knew where that ball was going, and that's where they definitely were.
As Uganda just quickly goes onto the counter. But however, Zambia quickly intercepts and is now back on the counter attack. Brilliant skill being shown by the number 6 of Zambia, Miss Fira Anna, as she draws the foul. As we see the second card of the day now being shown to the Ugandan player. Zambia now have an opportunity to quickly counter and win the ball and win a goal, as Uganda is now 10 men strong.
Beautiful ball there by the Zambian player. They get
as she wins a short corner for her team. The Zambian team is still full throttle on the press. However, they need to try to use a variation, as the Ugandan women have picked up where the ball has been going. However, anything can happen. It is still anybody's game. We still have 2 minutes to play. Will the Ugandan defense prove yet again that they are not letting any balls through, or will Zambia capitalize from this opportunity? Oh, and the ball is just played out wide, as we see Zambia try a different variation for a deflection. Out for 16 in favor of Uganda.
As you can see there, ladies and gentlemen, the green card was given to the Zambian player memory. So yeah.
As we see, the umpire just says play on, as Uganda now on the counter. Zambia just trailing back. Brilliant run being made by the number 4 of Uganda, Miss Amira Delia. Pass down to number 6, Miss Babia Juliet, as the umpire blows it in favor of Uganda. She will just start it just outside the D. The ball must travel 5, as she brilliantly plays it back to her fellow teammate. Zambia quickly intercepts and counter kill from the number 2. Zambia. She is not giving up. She is not letting go. Zambia really on the counter, not letting off the throttle. Uganda just needs to set up. However, umpire blows dangerous and in favor of Uganda. Uganda just taking their time to set up. Umpire just warning that she should hurry with the ball or it will be overturned. And just like that, the ball is overturned in Zambia's favor. And Zambia now on the quick counter, catching Uganda off guard. As we see number 15 of Zambia in the D, just trying to win another penalty corner. However, the Ugandan defense quickly draws back and plays the ball out wide, giving a chance. However, Zambia quickly playing the ball again out wide. And just like that, we've come to an end of the third chaka. We saw right there Zambia quickly capitalizing on that opportunity where Uganda left the ball, trying to get a quick counter, a quick press in the dying moments of the game. However, the Ugandan defense was well set up to mitigate them. We are live at the Devon Trustco Hockey Field in Windhoek, Namibia, where our first game goes on as we are about to enter the final chaka, whereas the scoreline still stands Zambia 0, Uganda 2. Right now, if I was the Zambian coach, I would be telling my girls it's time to be clinical.
Yeah.
They need to get a bit more clinical with their shots on goal. They're getting the circle penetrations. They're making great runs. They're getting forward. They just need to be a bit more clinical and capitalize on the Ugandan defense, as we see that they are still making sure nothing happens, quickly getting back, making sure that Zambia does not get an opportunity to take shots on goal.
Yeah.
Zambia has been catching them off guard in a matter of moments. However, it has still been in favor of Uganda. If you were the Uganda coach right now, would you be setting up to play a defensive game, or would you still be pushing forward?
I would definitely still be playing an attacking game because that's the game that the Zambians are playing. And if, in all honesty, ball possession was is the determining wins the game, I definitely would honestly in this third chaka they brought the game. So I would definitely be giving the girls advice that they should still play an attacking game. They should still use whatever opportunities they have, be clinical about the game, and yeah.
As we now enter the final chaka of the day, we've seen Zambia pull some brilliant comebacks in previous games. Will that be the same today? Remains Zambia nil. In this final chaka, we could see a change of events. As Zambia is now yet again on the counter, but the Ugandan defense still well set up as it is intercepted by the number 16, Ms. Nakato Janet, as she plays it out wide. And now we see a dashing run from Ms. Natapanzi Juliana of Uganda, winning a foul just in the 23 of Zambia. Uganda yet again high pressing. We've seen Uganda has been very brilliant with their high pressing at the early stages of the chakas, which has been fruitful as they have won 2 early goals in each first and second chaka. Zambia just being told to play the ball back as they win the ball in their favor. Uganda now trying to keep a high press, trying to force the mistake off of Zambia. Zambia just trying to recycle the ball around. Brilliant skill shown from the number 5 of Zambia, Miss Mwale Beatrice, captain.
Zambia now with the opportunity to give their players enough time to get into position to...
Brilliant skill shown by the number 13, Miss Kalumbe Christine, as she plays it in. As Natasha takes a shot on goal, almost a deflection, however blown against Zambia as the ball hit the wrong side of her stick. However, Zambia inching closer and closer to a goal. Will we see one in these coming moments, or will the Ugandan defense prove otherwise? Uganda just playing it out wide as Zambia wins the ball back. Brilliant interception by Miss Juliet of Uganda as she plays it wide. And Uganda now on the counter. Some brilliant skills being shown. And just like that, it is now Zambia's ball. As we see the ball being started by Miss Kalumbe Christine. She just plays it softly to her partner right next to her. Zambia now on the counter. However, the Ugandan defense proves otherwise. This Ugandan defense is really mitigating the Zambian pushing forward. Brilliant hockey from both teams today. Really brilliant hockey. Hard work, determination, and heart. You can see the fire and the drive from both teams as both teams are trying to get the quick attack. It's still anybody's game in these dying moments. As we see Zambia just starting the ball, just a long corner here in the wide areas. As we see, she arcs the ball right in and plays it straight into the goal. However, just played out into a 16. The Ugandan defense yet again mitigates Zambia's attack. Will Zambia capitalize with this high press that they have and draw the mistake from the Ugandan defense? As she blazes the ball from one end to the other end of the field, now giving an opportunity for Uganda to draw the mistake from Zambia, as it is now a 16 in favor of Zambia. We see the attackers of Uganda setting up a really high press, not giving Zambia the opportunity.
Beautiful play there by the Zambian defender, trying to get a foul there, giving her more room and more space.
And just like that, Zambia is now on the counter. Brilliant run, dashing run being made by Miss Kalumbe Christine into the circle as she draws the foul. As we see Miss Chageri Priska of Zambia pass it to her fellow colleague Miss Mali Salom, who just tries to run it 5 meters before she plays it into the circle. Brilliant run, however quickly intercepted by the Ugandan defender Miss Atim Irene, and just slaps it wide, giving her team an opportunity to set up a half-court press. Ugandan women in all defensive mode. As we see the umpire blow it in favor of Zambia, as they quickly just try to get it into the circle. Quick slap, however quickly intercepted by Uganda as she slaps it away. And we see the Ugandan player making the run, however the ball just runs out as she arrives. Uganda not letting this opportunity go to waste, trying to utilize as quick as possible. Zambia, brilliant skills being shown once again by Miss Kalumbe Christine of Zambia. She's really determined and eager to push this ball forward, not giving up, utilizing every chance she gets. Uganda just in all defense, but Zambia full-on press, not giving up. Brilliant skill being shown, however beautifully intercepted by Uganda. However, Zambia not letting go. As we see the Ugandan captain just play it out wide and give her team another chance to keep the scoreline as is. We see now Zambia having a full court press, just trying to get that opportunity in. Press proved to be too much for the Ugandan defenders, or will the Ugandan defenders prove that they are not giving Zambia the opportunity to score? As we see the ball played out wide as the Ugandan defense sets up once again, just taking their time to get the ball, running the clock. Overall, this has been a brilliant game from both teams. We've seen some fire and heart brought from both teams. However, we've seen some last-ditch efforts from Zambia in previous games that have proven that they can still be a force to be reckoned with. So Uganda should not let go now, as Zambia is now pressing with all heart. Beautifully intercepted by the Zambian player, just quickly trying to set up.
Okay, now we see that the Zambian players are trying to get into the 23 of the Ugandans, but unfortunately they lose the ball. Now, turn of if they can get the ball out of their 23 and hopefully be now on the attack. Unfortunately, that ball is intercepted by the Zambian player.
Zambia still full throttling the game, just trying to get that ball into the circle as quick as possible. As we see the ball quickly gotten there by Miss Patel Tanisha. However, the Ugandan defense quickly there to intercept the ball. As we see a player down, as we see the umpire holding a yellow card. I believe the yellow card will be for Zambia Christine. Breakdown of play. Zambia might just end this game with 10 men strong. However, that will not take away from their fighting spirit. However, now we see Uganda on the counter. But the Zambian women right there yet again.
Uganda now on the counter-attack. Still with the chance.
As we see Uganda just starting the ball just outside the D. However, the ball did not travel 5 meters. And now Zambia quickly on the counter, just trying to catch the Ugandan women off. Brilliantly intercepted by the Ugandan captain, Ms. Jolly Alima, as she drives the ball all the way back to the 23 of Zambia. Like we said, the Ugandan captain saying, this ball is not getting past me. Brilliant clearance by Zambia's number 21, Banda Selina. However, Uganda still not letting go. Now on the counter, trying to utilize this opportunity as much as they can. However, the ball is blown in favor of Zambia as they quickly try to catch Uganda off guard, as majority of their players are just up the field. Brilliant interception, last-ditch interception by Mr. Gary Priska of Uganda.
Zambia now on the counter-attack.
Zambia full throttle pressing on Uganda as we quickly see. But unfortunately, it is blown against Zambia as it was a dangerous hit from Zambia's Mefutabita. It is now in Uganda's favor. However, Uganda will just... And the ball is quickly turned over. Uganda took too long to play the ball. Umpire quickly turns it over yet again. Zambia on the quick counter as we see the number 9 of Zambia running the ball. Brilliant shot on goal. And she wins her team another penalty corner. Uganda just taking too much of their own time when it comes to setting the ball up, and the umpire just quickly turns the ball over, and Zambia quickly capitalizing with quick counters as they win themselves a penalty corner that could set the tempo of the dying moments of the game. Or will the Ugandan defense prove yet again that they are unstoppable and they will not concede today? We will see. Live at the Devon Truscott Field, Zambia quickly just plays it wide, takes a shot,
and it's a goal.
And just like that, Zambia draws blood with their first goal. Brilliantly hit by their number 5, their captain, leading them into their first goal of the game is Mwale Beatrice. Could we see a change in the game? We said it before, Zambia knows how to get those last-ditch goals. We've seen games change at the last minutes in prior, and yet again we just saw that brilliant shot from the captain, Miss Beatrice. In previous games we've seen Zambia make a comeback in the dying moments, and here they come again. Zambian women now finding their confidence, however brilliantly intercepted by Uganda's number 7, Miss Atina. However, Zambia not giving them a chance. Uganda just needs to maintain their composure into these dying moments. We are in the last 3 minutes of the game. Will Uganda stay strong, keep position, and bring it home? Or will Zambia yet again prove that they can take it all? The Ugandan women now high pressing, not giving Zambia the opportunity to get the ball, just trying to get the ball in. However, Zambia quickly intercepts and is on the quick counter, and the run is on. Brilliant pass. Like that, converted by the Ugandan women. We see Zambia now performing a full court press Uganda just needs to quickly set up. Brilliant skills from the Zambians. In these last-ditch efforts from Zambia, will we see yet another goal, or will the Ugandan defense just try to stop them once again?
Zambia now trying to get into the circle.
As we see Uganda now completely on the defense as the ball is played out for a long corner in favor of Zambia. It is still anybody's game. We can see Zambia now on the high press. Uganda just needs to be wary. Just like that, Zambia win themselves another penalty corner. The Ugandan defense is slowly starting to fall apart in the dying moments. Can Zambia utilize this to capitalize, or will Uganda stay strong and maintain the scoreline? It is still anybody's game. Live at the Devon Trustcore Field in Windhoek, Namibia, will Zambia equalize, or will the Ugandan defense prove otherwise? Zambia just setting up the penalty corner, waiting on the umpire's whistle. Will the captain get another goal for the team? As we see her, she draws. Brilliant defense by the Ugandan players. As the umpire just blows it in favor of Zambia just outside. Zambia just quickly trying to capitalize on her to take the ball a bit back. Umpire just telling them to take the ball a bit back. Zambia just needs to capitalize on this opportunity. However, Uganda not letting them get any chances in goal. Brilliant clearance, however, quickly intercepted by Zambia. Quickly intercepted by Zambia. However, just made dangerous, and the Ugandan defense survives the high press from Zambia. However, Zambia not letting go. Uganda just needs to be quick on playing that ball brilliantly. Quickly intercepted. By will this something different happen? And just like that,
it's a foul for Zambia, just right
Zambia
outside the
wins
circle.
A last-ditch short corner. Dying moments to draw the equalizer and keep themselves in the competition, or will the Ugandan defense be proved too difficult for the Zambian forwards? As we see how quiet the stadium has gotten. Brilliant. And just like that, the Ugandan defense lives to see another day in the dying moments. And just like that, the Ugandan women have come to Ugandan women have won the game. Brilliant hockey play, some electrifying hockey from the Zambian women in the dying moment. In the dying moments, however, the Ugandan defense proving yet again that they are unstoppable. Great effort from Zambia in the dying moments. We've seen them make some comebacks in previous games. However, unfortunately in this game, it was the Ugandan defense that proved they are unstoppable. As the final scoreline is Zambia 1, Uganda 2. As we see right here, that brilliant short corner from the Zambian women that changed the tempo for the game for them as they began. We said it again that if that high press continued, Zambia could capitalize. However, in the end, it was the Ugandan women that took this one. With the scoreline today, it means that Zambia just has Kenya has to win the game.